What's up, YouTube? Honeybee here, bringing you a new Mortal Kombat 11 custom variation video. For those of you that did not see the combat cast yesterday, I highly recommend you guys check it out because they had a lot of good information during the combat cast. One of the most important takeaways from it is that custom variations are now going to be tournament allowed, ranked allowed. They're all going to be allowed. Everything is going to be allowed, essentially. They did mention that some custom moves will be banned that are too strong, but what we're going to do in this video is I want to tell you guys about what the custom variation loadouts are for the characters that I play. I want to know what are some of the custom variations you guys think are the best in the game. Leave a comment below and I'll definitely be checking some of those out and potentially even trying out some of those builds in future videos. So if you think there's some custom loadouts for some characters that are just really freaking good, leave a comment below, let me know what it is, and I'll definitely check that out. But yeah, I want to tell you guys about what are some of the custom loadouts that I'm going to be using for some of my characters. For those of you that don't know, the characters that I play right now are Devora, Noobs, Cassie, Spawn, and Scarlet. Those are the 5 characters I'm currently playing. I'm definitely going to be picking up some of the DLC characters, and maybe all of them, when it comes to Rain, Melina, Rambo. I'm definitely interested in all of them, and the fact that we're going to be able to do custom abilities and everything for those characters, it means, man, there's going to be so much stuff to figure out with those characters. It's going to be so much fun. But let's talk about some of the characters I'm using. So I want to start out with Cassie and tell you guys about what my favorite variation is for Cassie at this moment in time, and that's using kneecapping, flying glow kick, and a bitchin' bubble. The combination of these moves, I feel, is probably what makes Cassie, this variation of Cassie, probably the best in the game. Like, Cassie does have quite a few different moves that can be very strong, but I think the 3 of these moves combined is really sick. We're going to go into training mode, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. But these 3 moves, I think, can be very strong, mainly because kneecapping is good for just zoning, anti-zoning, and combo starting. Flying glow kick is really good because you can combo that into fatal blow off of literally anything, so it gives her way more potential and way more damage when it comes to just doing fatal blow combos. And this bitchin' bubble attack, it's damage over time radius that's just very strong because you can lock people down with it and all that fun stuff. She does have other abilities that could be better, but I think a lot of her other abilities aren't really that good. I think this loadout is essentially the best thing for Cassie, in my opinion. Next up, I want to talk about Noobs. Noobs, guys. Noobs, he's going to be so much better with custom variations, mainly because seeing double is widely believed to be his best variation, but the only reason it's so good is because of the slide. The slide is literally what makes seeing double good. 2 of his abilities are not that good. One of his abilities is complete garbage, and that's Ghost Ball. So what we're going to be doing with seeing double is we're going to be changing his abilities so that he has the slide, which is the best thing for him, but we're going to take off that crappy Ghost Ball, and we're going to take off the air teleport. Now, the air teleport, it does have some uses, but the fact that it's a high, and if it whiffs or if it's blocked, you can get down to crushing blow punished, and you just take so much damage for that. And even if you hit someone, you get 11%. If you amplify, you get 16%. So the risk reward I find for the move is just not very good. It's just not that good in my opinion. So I'm gonna keep the Shadow Slide because that's his best move, but we're gonna add, if we want crazy combos, we're gonna put on Shadow Portals, which makes it so that when he does a teleport, he can amplify it, and then he gets a full combo off of it. That's what he gets from Dark Sabbath. That's one of the best things about Dark Sabbath. And then we're gonna also take Sickle Snag. Where is it? Oh, you guys can't see it on my thing, but it says in the bottom right anyways. Sickle Snag. Adds Sickle Snag, special move, grab the opponent with Sickle and slam them down. This is amazing for combos as well. It gives him the ability to get full combos off of his 4-2. I'm essentially taking the best thing about Noob Saibot in each of his 3 variations and stacking them all into one thing. Now, this is a little bit debatable because Dark Sabbath, there's another thing that makes it really good, and I'll talk about that as well. But in this variation, this is his combo variation. He's going to have the slide for safety. He's going to have the shadow portal so that he can do a teleport, get a full combo off of it. So 1-1-3 into teleport. It's going to just be big damage. And he's going to have Sickle Snag so that he can extend combos further. And he can get full combos off of his 4-2 string. He can do 4-2-2-1 into Sickle Snag. So I'm taking the best thing about Pitch Black, the best thing about Seeing Double, and one of the best things about Dark Sabbath, and slapping them all in one variation. That's going to be super strong. The other option I have for Noob Saibot would be, instead of giving him the amplified teleport, I would say take that off and put on Spirit Ball, because Spirit Ball is just incredibly better than Ghost Ball. Ghost Ball is unblockable, but it's a high and it's incredibly slow. Spirit Ball, on the other hand, it's also a high, but it's very fast projectile, and it does 9% damage on hit, and you can end combos with a back 1/1+3 into Spirit Ball for frame advantage, and you get great stuff from that. So Spirit Ball is also really good. I would suggest taking off the amplified teleport for combos and putting on Spirit Ball, and then keeping Sickle Snag because you get combos off of the forward too. So either of those options I think are really good. One is just for more damage, more combo potential. This one I think is just going to be an overall better neutral variation. I think overall the variation that includes Spirit Ball instead of the amplified teleport for combos, I think will be better personally. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at for Noob Saibot. I feel like with Spawn, I haven't really tested too much of his custom options. Like, I've only really played his variation 2. I have played his variation 1 a little bit, but it's with Spawn, it's just that I feel like the options are going to be a little bit more limited, just because Charging Hellspawn, which is his move that he uses so he can actually get combos, that's a 2-slot move. You only got 3 slots, and I kind of want to keep that for sure. So then it only lets me switch out one move, right? And his Letha Glide, good for combo extensions. It's not the best move by any means, and you can definitely take that off and put something else on. A common thing that I do with my custom Spawn is just having this Soul Forfeit move, which gives him access to easy crushing blows for a round. It's a really strong move, but it also takes away a bar of his offensive meter for the entirety of the game once you use it. So I feel like that makes it somewhat balanced, and I would have to spend more time checking out Spawn's custom options to see what could be really good for him. So if you have some suggestions, feel free to leave that in the comments. When it comes to Scarlet, I haven't really tested anything with her custom abilities. So if you guys have some opinions on what you think is a really good Scarlet custom variation, let me know about that as well, because I can definitely look into that. Now, when it comes to Devora, here's the thing about Devora, guys. I feel like her Arachnophobia variation is basically what I want from the character. Like, I want the teleport, because the teleport just makes her neutral, I feel, so much stronger, so much scarier, because you're scared to throw projectiles at her at the risk of a teleport. Teleports can just kind of punish you, even just for, like, just not being ready to block. It can catch you if you're jumping. Teleport is just an amazing move. It's an amazing move, and coupled with Deadly Swarm, it gives her the ability to have the forward throw crushing blow. It gives her the ability to call bugs back. So unfortunately for me, there's no way for me to make Devora better in the way that I like to play her, because I really want both of these abilities. And in an ideal world, we would have Widow's Kiss, her teleport, be 1 slot instead of 2 slots, so then I can add on, like, the Poopin Bug, which is also called Strepsiptera. I would add that, or I would add on her additional strings, which is this Parasite ability, so that I can get a Crushing Blow and I can get some safety from the forward too. But I think they already confirmed on Twitter that slots, like the amount of slots that moves are going to take, I don't think those are going to be changed at all. So unfortunately for me, if I want to continue playing Devora with the teleport, I don't really have too many options. Like I can keep the teleport and take off Deadly Swarm, add in Strepsiptera so that I can get some options for setups, but then I lose my Crushing Blow, right? I can take off my Crushing Blow for my throw and then give her the Parasite ability, which will give her a different Crushing Blow and give her some other options off of that. So then that's a potential option as well. I think the best way that I would like to make a custom variation for Devora though would be with this Buzz 2.0, which keeps her Strepsiptera, keeps her Parasite ability so that she has extra strings, but I would take off the bug that goes upwards, which is called Air Ticking Time Bug, because that bug I don't feel is that useful. At least when I play Buzz, I don't really use it. Like I do use it, but I think there's better things. So I would take that off, put on Deadly Swarm. So now with this variation, at least now I get my Throw Crushing Blow, my forward Throw Crushing Blow. I get the ability to call bugs back, and Strepsiptera does load up bugs onto your opponent, which can kind of complement each other really well. So I think this variation for Devora could be very strong. The only drawback is no teleport, which means less damage potential, and she can get zoned out in this variation. But that's kind of what I'm working with when it comes to Devora. And that's kind of what I'm working with in general when it comes to what customs I'm looking at this moment in time. I'm definitely going to be exploring more options though. I'll be taking some of your comments into consideration for different characters. It doesn't even have to be characters that I'm currently playing. I could look into other additional characters because so much is going to change when this patch comes out on November 17th. And like, I'm going to be definitely trying out Melina, Rambo, Rain. I'm almost certain I'm going to try out all of them. So we're going to see what happens with some of those and what kind of custom abilities are going to be best. But now's a good time to start really getting that mind at work and thinking what is going to be good. But let's go into training mode, and I just want to show off a couple combo routes with some of these custom variations that I built. All right, so first up we have my Fair and Balanced Cassie Cage, which has her kneecapping ability. It has her flying glow kick ability, and it has this Bitch and Bubble. As you can see, Bitch and Bubble, it does damage when your opponent's standing in there. I think it's for a total of 10%. Yeah, if they're standing in there the whole time, they'll do 10% damage. So you can do stuff like putting that up, doing a forward throw, and all of a sudden your opponent's taking 18.5 or 19% damage essentially. So that's pretty strong. You can do your standard combos into this, into a setup of some sort, and you can go for a throw, and now all of a sudden your opponent has lost 45% of their health if they get hit by that, which is always great. But one of the main things that you want to know that makes this really good is the fact that you have this move, which you can cancel into Fatal Blow, so you can do something like this, and you'll be able to get a lot of damage just like that. You can do that off of literally any string as long as you can just connect it straight into it. You'll always get over 40% if it connects. And the great thing is that if your opponent blocks, this special, you can't cancel into Fatal Blow. As you can see, my button input, like I was trying to do the Fatal Blow, but it's not gonna connect. The Fatal Blow is not gonna come out on block. This on block is actually a -8. So depending on the moves, sometimes you'll have enough spacing so that you won't be punished. Sometimes you can be punished, but overall, it's a very good option. You can even do stuff like being like full screen and just going into it, and if it hits, you'll get a full combo. So that's like some really good stuff that Cassie can do in this variation. For those of you that watch my stream, I use that variation of Cassie somewhat regularly when we do viewer matches, so a lot of you guys have kind of seen it in action and seen how good it can be. I think it's a very strong custom variation for Cassie. When it comes to Noob Cybot, This one is the one that has multiple combo options. So with this variation of Noob Saibot, this would be his big damage, big combo variation. You could get an easy 2-bar combo doing something like this. And just like that, you've taken nearly 45% of your opponent's health. You could do a little easier version, and that would look like this. And for that, you're going to get 44%. That's easier to connect, I would say, and you're getting 44%. And it's definitely worth spending the extra bar. So this variation of Noob Saibot is going to be just big damage. You still have that slide for safety, which is one of the best things about him. But you just, you don't have a good projectile, but you never had a good projectile in Seeing Double anyways. Because Seeing Double, you're just using that and you're using that. No one's actually using the Ghost Ball to zone anyone with. So just like that, you've taken 40% off your opponent's health for your advancing for 2-string. It is a high, but you do catch people with this all the time. So I wouldn't say a combo like that is anything too crazy. Or you could even get like a solid 31% without having to spend another bar. It is a little bit harder to go for this because that can drop sometimes, but if you go for that, you can get 32%. And that's just really good damage. Now, if we set our opponent to jump, we all know Noob's down 4 anti-air is incredibly strong. You could do something like this. And now you're getting 40% off of a down 4 anti-air for 2 bars. Spend 1 bar, you get 31%. Do that combo route, you get 33%. So Noob Saibot's just going to get really good damage output from that. %, if you do something like that. So you guys can see that that can be really good for Noob Saibot. If we switch to his other variation that I like to use for Noob Saibot. Now this is losing some of that combo potential, but he is gaining this projectile. So in this variation, he's going to lose the ability to get a full combo off of this teleport, but he's still going to have the slide for safety. He's still going to have his sickle snag, so he can get big damage off of that. Right? He's still going to be able to get 32% off of a 4-2 hit. But now he's also going to get this 9% quick projectile, right? So now his zoning game is going to be way better. You know, this is a really good projectile. Couple that with your slide as well. So you got that. You got your projectile as well. Now you can end the combos like that, and now you get the restand, and you get 31%, which is still really good. And the restand is +5 on hit. So after you do this, boom, +5. Having this as an option as well, I think both variations are going to be very strong for Noob Saibot. So the last thing I want to talk about is what's going to be going on with this Buzz 2.0 variation. She's still going to have her Poopin' Bug. She's going to have her extended strings, but she's not going to have the air option to do those things. Instead, what's going to happen is now you can see that my bugs are going to transfer over whenever certain hits hit your opponent, and then you're going to get access to your throw crushing blow. More damage is done when more bugs are on them. But as you can see, even this will add bugs, right? 1 bug goes, 3 bugs go if you hit them with something like this. So you can do a setup of some sort with Devora. Let's say you get a hit. And just like that, we have 4 bugs already loaded on Cassie, because 3 bugs came from the Amplify version of this, and I ended with the Swarm. So we got 4 bugs on her already. I can do a throw. We can get 35% for the Crushing Blow. That can be really good for Devora. Obviously, once you spend the Crushing Blow, you don't have it anymore. But yeah, that can be a really good option if you want to load up some bugs. You could even just keep it like that. Do whatever you want. It's basically just going to be Buzz Devora, but now you have the option of loading up bugs onto your opponent. See how that transfers over once it hits. And now you get your Throw Crushing Blow. You get your Throw Crushing Blow, you get the ability to call the bugs back. And that's going to be Buzz 2.0. Not really going to show off too much outside of that, but just the idea, the fact that you can do that and now you can just add bugs to your opponent, I think is going to be pretty strong. But right now, that's what we're looking at when it comes to custom variations with the characters that I play. I would love to get your guys' recommendations in the comments below of what kind of abilities you like to put on your characters. What are some stuff you've seen that seems really, really strong? And maybe I'll check it out. So let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.